What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to your weekly energy report. I know I'm a day late, a couple hours late. However, these days have been like floating, like merging or melting together. It's been kind of trippy. But I just got an opportunity to see my mom for the first time in a couple of years, and she finally took 3 years, 9 months. But finally, my mother got to meet my daughter. It was an amazing visit. And I noticed a few things that I learned from this experience is, what's up, Christy? A few things that I learned from this experience I'm gonna share with you guys on this live stream. But I'm late, but I'm getting on here anyway. So hopefully you guys enjoy this live stream. So this is a big week, guys. A lot going on, and a lot of shifting, a lot of changing, a lot of moving into these new energies because we have these planets going direct. We just had Saturn go direct yesterday. Now, Saturn, when it's like station direct plus, Pluto's still really not moving, right? We still have that deep, hard, intense energy of learning lessons and, really digging deep to feel and see our truth and going into circumstances and understanding, what we really want to create in the bigger picture. We're seeing these pieces of the puzzle connect. Maybe it doesn't look like we really want it to look, or maybe it looks there's a little different than we expected. Like, they say expectation is the root of all suffering, right? So it's really important to accept what is right now. And with Saturn moving direct, Saturn is the Lord of karma and time. So we're looking at, whatever house Saturn is in your chart, you can look that up and see exactly what's going to be affecting. For me, Saturn is in my 10th house of fatherhood, of life purpose, and I'm finding myself sort of like not like being confused or unsure of myself, but seeing how things are sort of molding and shifting in directions and ways that I haven't been fully expecting. But I'm really learning a lot about family. Family means to me, I never grew up like I grew up in foster care, right? So but me and my family have a great relationship now, but they live all the way in on the other side of the country. So when you get to see, the people you love and care about, it really brings into, clarity about what's really important. Like me, my daughter is the most important thing in my life. So building a relationship with her is paramount. And also, getting my flow back and my fitness is really sticking out to me too. And I've been really, getting back on track with that too. So I'm really grateful for that. And, and of course, sleep, with all these ascension symptoms, sleep is a really big issue. You might be having issues with sleep, ringing in the ears, headaches, things like that, like, food, sensitivities or like changes in nutrition or diet, and, meeting new people. And once Jupiter and Mercury go direct on the 18th, next Monday, things are really going to start picking up, right? Because now, especially with Mercury in Libra, it's all about relationships, really, but most importantly, our relationship with ourselves. All right, honoring ourselves, understanding, boundaries at a deeper level. Whatever it is that you experience during the Mercury retrograde, let it teach you. This Mercury retrograde has been pretty intense, so feel into it. Like, this is where it's really, really paramount to be very important. All right, not to listen to the outside world. That South Node and Sag is getting played out, and it's so painfully obvious. All right, don't be listening to other people, even if they have good advice. Right, take what resonates and leave the rest. Just like when you listen to me. Okay, take what feels right. Throw the rest away. There's also gonna be the last full week of the sun being in Libra. So we're going to be moving into Scorpio season next week. Oh boy. Scorpio season is always interesting and fun, but that's where, like, especially with Saturn now moving direct, it's going to be, karma coming around. Now, hopefully we built up some good karma, and, we're going to utilize that to, move into, our new chapters. But we have the sun finally moving away from Mars. So, when that happens, it's like, okay, Mars gave us this motivation to move into, this new motivation, this new inspiration. Now it's time to take action. Like, it's been building up and building up and building up, especially next week. It's moving forward now, but it's really going to take off next week and into Scorpio season. All right. So right now we still have Jupiter retrograde sitting literally right now Jupiter at 22 degrees and 22 minutes, which is pretty, I feel like serendipitous, right? But as it moves, forward, starting next week, that's when, Jupiter is going to be like bringing all these new scenarios. And listen, you don't have to go out and try to look for anything right now or chase or try to make anything come to you. It's more about trusting and allowing things to come to you, and whatever feels right in your soul, in your heart. It may not make logical sense. It may not, it may not seem logically right. Like even logically, it may not add up all the way. But when we move into that fear of the unknown, knowing that the choice we made in our heart is right. Like you see, a lot of people are having to make really big decisions right now. All these walkouts in all these different industries. We're going to be seeing more and more of this stuff. And, I will say that if you have the courage to stand in your truth and move through and make this dramatic shift, because this is going to impact your safety and security. That's Saturn, right? Saturn represents safety and security, and we're still in the Saturn-Uranus square, don't forget. All right. Saturn represents safety and security and control dynamics. And then Uranus represents breaking free from that mold and, unexpected new things coming into our lives. And in Taurus, we're going to feel it in our physical body. It's about our morals and ethics and values and how we feel about money, of course, especially is, big time, especially with Venus in Sagittarius. It's going to be coming into Capricorn soon. At the end of the year, it's going to be going retrograde right on top of Pluto, which is going to be huge, especially Pluto, coming into our Pluto return. All right. I mean, this is going to be all about the financial systems. Of course, like we're already past the tipping point. We're going to see a financial collapse, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're all going to have a collapse. It means that the system itself is going to collapse, and whatever things naturally merge together, like crypto is getting big. I personally don't really believe that crypto is going to be the thing, but there's going to be some kind of new value system that we all start to feel individually, that we're going to start acting on. I know so many people right now that are, doing homeschooling and like creating their own systems outside of the systems that are already there, because they're just not working anymore. It's so painfully obvious. So those of you that awake, obviously, if you're watching this, you know what the fuck's up, and, like you're facing your shit, you're moving through it. So I applaud you, because that is the work that needs to be done in order for this world to move into this new direction. What's up, Kim? What's up, Taylor? So, we also right now we have Mercury quincunx to Uranus and Black Moon Lilith. So that's really looking at our sexual desires. That's looking at, our morals and ethics, what we really want. And like, is our sexual desire sabotaging us, or is our priorities in the right place for where we want to go, right? This is where you may have to sacrifice something in order to get to the bigger picture, right? Like, I don't know, maybe you have that friend that is, super fun to hang out with, but they're just a bad fucking influence. You always do some shit that you kind of regret, either do some kind of drug or go somewhere, stay out too late, and then you get up late for work the next day, whatever it might be. Okay. If you're hanging around someone like that, and and deep inside, you're like, fuck, I shouldn't, but then you're like, oh, but I kind of want to go have some fun. Well, what other healthier thing can you do to have some fun than to go, lower your vibration? All right. Alcohol is such a bad idea. The spirits, it invites in, low vibration spirits. So, don't forget, we also just went through the Sun and Mercury and Mars, all opposing Chiron. All right. That's digging up that deep wound about looking at our identity. Who am I? What are we doing here? Right. Today, in fact, we have the moon conjuncting Pluto, and then tomorrow it's going to be conjuncting Saturn, and that's squaring over to the Sun and Mars. So it's like, dude, and this is both cardinal energy. This is like, dude, like, let's get our shit together. All right, it's time to move in this new direction, and we've been feeling it in our mind. We've been getting downloads. We've been seeing that, like, okay, we see that we have to make a change, and we have to grow, we have to learn, we have to do something. But it's like there's almost been like a leash on us, like, nope, not yet. All right, or maybe we can do a little bit, but it's like, it's just not quite there. But it's okay. because it's automatically going to start moving forward. Now, the energy is really going to start to get palpable. Okay, it's going to be getting intense. Not to mention, don't forget, right? We're coming into eclipse season next month. It's not till later next month, but still, all this forward moving energy, all right, is getting us really ready to take action and stand in our truth and stand in our power. And that is going to require us to face our fears. Look, eventually, everything that's going on in the world is going to touch our lives in some way, shape, or form. And it's almost like different people, different industries, different situations. It's like, all right, you're up. Now this shit's going to come down on you. What are you going to do about it? All right. There's definitely, looking at everything that's going on, especially with Venus coming retrograde in December, conjuncting Pluto. This is all about looking at your foundation and, preparing for the shortages, preparing for the issues that are going to come down with all the stuff that's going on in the world. All right. And we're coming up, into the last couple degrees of this nodal axis. So it's going to start to get like more solidified, our belief systems, our feelings, self node in Scorpio is very karmic as well. It rules the 8th house, right? Yeah, Christy, I heard about that. That is very, very sad. I hope you guys can help each other out. That'd be great. So moving into October 14th, we're still going to have Uranus, Neptune, and Chiron retrogrades, for a couple more months. So, but really with these 4 planets going direct this month, we're going to feel a major, major shift. So it's time to take action, guys. All right. And take action, create that new workout regimen, right? Start, cut out the gluten and the dairy and the sugar in your diet, right? Like if you're in a relationship, like say the things that you feel like you need to say, like honor yourself in your friendships, in your intimate relationships, within your family. There's a lot of changes that are going to be coming down the pipeline, and still in Mercury retrograde. So thank you, Dizm, D-I-Z-M, Dizm. That's a cool name. So we have the sun coming into the 3rd deacon of Libra. And now, the 1st deacon is like breaking things down. 2nd deacon is unpacking it and looking and observing everything. 3rd deacon is sort of putting everything back together. It's kind of like, Jenga, you're pulling things out, then it crumbles, it crashes. Maybe you have a tower moment, maybe not. Then you put everything back together in the brand new structure that you want to. So the structure that you want to create is Saturn. Evolving it into higher vibrational things that you want in your life is Uranus. And the last Saturn-Uranus square is going to be happening in December. Okay. Now, after that, we're going to be coming into the Pluto return. And the last couple degrees of any sign with Pluto in it is difficult. Not gonna lie, it's intense. But this is preparing us really when Pluto comes into Aquarius, and I believe it's 2024. That's going to be after the in the United States, we're going to have our Pluto return, which is going to get pretty fucking gnarly here. But it needs to happen. We need change clearly, right? This is where like the systems are going to, crumble and crash. The, new leaders are going to start to pop up all over the place. And, we're sort of fighting the power because the power is corrupt. And we have to see this corruption, but we also have to see it in ourselves. Everything that's going on out in the world is a reflection of what we have going on within us. Everybody does at the deepest level. Okay. So we really, really need to be honest with ourselves right now and honor that which our heart is just screaming for. Okay. Right now, our hearts are all screaming for some kind of growth, some kind of change. I'll tell you what, like I've worked really, really, really hard on myself for the last 7-8 years. I mean, before that, a little bit too, but really for the last 7-8 years, I've just been doing nonstop work and really, really killing it. And now I'm at this place where this good karma is coming back to me. I finally got to have like building a really beautiful relationship with my daughter. It took me almost 4 years, but the point is, all right, if you really care about something, if you really are dedicated to a cause or a belief or a purpose that's in your highest vibration, don't give up on it. You might, sometimes surrendering and giving up feels the same, but you know what the difference, like you might have to take a step back, or, you might have a bunch of tower moments and have to get back up, wipe yourself off. Going through these changes is not easy. Like we're built. I mean, change is the only thing that's really constant in this universe, but we really have to dig deep within us with all this intense, energy coming through. So we also have Venus that just passed the South Node. Okay, so South Node could have brought in, some financial issues, maybe. Well, it's about not giving up on, the right things, and not, if you're, sometimes being like super stubborn, because sometimes you can try to make something work that just is not meant to work, or not meant to work right now. So surrendering and allowing things to be okay, be what they are. Don't give up on yourself. Like, don't give up on your heart. Don't give up on your growth. Don't give up on, creating a happy, fulfilling life for yourself. Because once you have that fulfillment with yourself, you're able to make yourself happy. That's when you carry that vibration. That's when all the good stuff comes in. I know you can do it, Christy. So yeah, we got this. Yes. So seeing things and understanding what the highest vibration is, and moving into it, no matter how painful it is going to set you free. All right. And then it's going to set you free to step into this next chapter that's going to be coming next year. It's all about community. It's all about bringing people together. All right. Also, our psychic and, extrasensory gifts are going to still be getting much, much stronger. And you need to surround yourself with people that understand this and really, acknowledge this within you. Like, surround yourself with people that want to see you abundant, want to see you doing better, want to, help each other, with marketing, with business, with friendship, with emotions, with, like getting out of your bad habits and getting out of your own way. You got to really dig deep to look at that toxicity within our abandonment issues, our rejection issues, the whole poor me, why victim mentality. All that stuff is plaguing our consciousness, because that's the narrative that they're pushing, right? Everything out there in I'm going to call it the mainstream, is geared on connecting to the vibration of the victim. So most people that you see that are following this narrative, right, are in victim mode, and they're allowing their victim mode to call the shots. And you'll see that every time it's going to cause an issue, it's going to cause a problem. I mean, look, I'd say probably sometime early next year, actually right around when the Pluto return happens, we're going to see some kind of information come out about the jab. I don't know if you guys saw this, but about the antibody dependent enhancement. So basically what they're saying is, and I hope I can talk about this on here, but basically the jab is going to make your immune system dependent on that jab in order to be able to keep your B and T cells high. That's the part of our immune system that kills things off, right? So you're going to be dependent on that for the rest of your life, which is really, really unfortunate. And when they go down, or if you try to find new, like, who knows what else is going to work, when they go down, like, you're going to be, it's basically an autoimmune disease. It's very similar to AIDS. Okay. So when it goes down, then your immune system is shot, and you're going to be incredibly susceptible to, other forms of sickness. So, antibody dependent enhancement, ADE. You can Google that, check it out. I mean, I don't know, they're probably suppressing it, but that's just one thing that we can see. South Node in Sag, like living in fear and allowing this narrative to dictate how you live your life. It's no good, but we're seeing a lot of pushback, and it's going to get more and more and stronger and bigger, especially coming next year. Next year, like this was like the pregame. All right, this whole last year and a half, year and 3/4. Next year, we're going to see it get just stupid, ridiculous on a whole new level. Not trying to say this to scare anybody. I'm saying it to prepare everybody. All right. You got to be prepared, like, be informed, but don't let this shit, get in your head. All right. So on that note, October 15th, nothing too significant here going on. The moon is going to be conjunct Jupiter. It's interesting because Jupiter is right on top of my moon. So I've noticed that I've been really able to dig very deep in my emotions. Like when my mom came to visit, okay, there's one example. My mom came to visit, I haven't seen her in a long time and I didn't grow up with her, so I've worked through a lot of my abandonment issues. I think all of them. I mean, there's always more to work through, but, and when my mom came, we were having a great time, we're hanging out, but I still felt this need to impress her, this need for validation, this feeling of like almost anxiety, like, okay, I got to be a good host. I got to do this. I got to make it look like I'm really squared away. I got my shit together. And I realized that, I was feeling this way. And I was like, you know what the hell am I doing? So we went to see my daughter and I faced those feelings and I allowed them to flow through me. And we're just hanging out like friends. And the first time when I saw my daughter, she ran up to me, gave me a hug and a kiss. And normally like that would make me just lose it, right? Just like cry and, like, oh my God. But I was just so happy. It didn't break me down, which, like sometimes a lot of a good thing can really throw you off, just like a lot of a bad thing can. It's really interesting. I'm noticing as I'm attracting abundance into my life, it's like I'm on the other side of the coin, but it's still very difficult. I can feel it in my body. I feel like energy moving through my body. It's achy. It's sort of painful, but I'm accepting it, and it's teaching me a lot because it's not like bad things are happening. It's really good things are happening. Blue flame integration. I've been good. Ready to get off this rock. Well, I think a lot of, especially like the 144,000, which I think most of us are. I think that we're going to be here for a while because we're the ones that are teaching how to live in this new world. So that's a responsibility that if you feel that that's your calling, whatever your life purpose is, it is time to step into our life purpose and make this shit happen. Okay, so but in order to do that, you have to love yourself, you have to honor yourself, you have to accept this mission, which might look daunting or might look difficult, but the fact is you were born to do this shit. All right, so you can do it and you will do it. It's just a matter of traveling through it and surrendering, sort of like anal sex. If you're all like tight and scared, it's gonna hurt or ain't gonna go in. You gotta relax into it, you know what I mean? So that's a great funny example. Anyways, so on the 16th, let's see, we have Venus now at 10 degrees going in the second deacon of Sagittarius. Venus loves being in Sagittarius. This is about great ideas, great imagination, and whatever house that's in your chart, that's what's going to be influencing. But Venus is about how we receive. It's about how we feel, the finer things in life, abundance and whatnot. And it is actually trying to Chiron and sextile to Mercury retrograde. So this is looking at the parts of ourselves that hold us back from abundance, from in abundance emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially. This is about speaking up to yourself and speaking up, to people in your life, and just being brutally honest. All right, with everything. Cat moon. All right. Well, that's you must be having a fun time. My boy Peace Dealer is also a cat moon, but he's killing it. All right, October 17th, Sun is now at 24 degrees. Mars still at 21 degrees. Mercury is now basically stationed at 10 degrees. All right, and then it's going to be moving forward on the 18th along with Jupiter. Now, Mercury stationing direct where it's at, it's going to be opposing Chiron and the moon. So, when a planet is stationed, it's at its strongest place. So this is where, we've gone, you have to go 3 times when something goes retrograde. So with this, and with the moon conjunct Chiron here, right before, this is like the day before the full moon in Aries, which is going to be huge, by the way. All right, this is like, and I'm going to make a whole different video on that. But the full moon at 27 degrees of Aries, it's conjunct Eris. It's also conjunct my ascendant. But this is the first sign of the zodiac. It's all about who am I? This is about a new start, new chapter, stepping into our new world. And with Jupiter and Mercury now stationed direct, it's going to be like, we're going to start to feel this big jolt of energy, like, yeah, let's move through it. Let's do it. Let's get it done. right? So Jupiter at 22 degrees, Saturn at 6 degrees of Aquarius, and Pluto at 24 degrees of Capricorn. Now, Pluto is in it's now, when it goes direct, it's going to be going up to 28 degrees, and 27 degrees is where the Pluto return is. So we're going to really start to see this Pluto energy ramping up. A lot more stuff is going to be coming out of the freaking woodwork, man. It's going to be very intense. We also have a grand air trine here too. Now, Black Moon Lilith is conjunct the North Node right now. So I've seen a lot of birth charts with the Black Moon Lilith conjunct the North Node. And it's like those people always attract drama, issues, shit. People always trying to manipulate them. And, like especially women, like, it's like their sexual energy just like draws in all these fuckboys and douchebags and, people that just cause problems. So you got to really be careful with this energy, but it is part of the grand trine. All right. It's North Node conjunct Black Moon Lilith, trine over to Mercury. Mercury is trine over to Saturn, which is absolutely beautiful. Okay. And Saturn is still sextile to Chiron with the moon conjunct there on this day. And Venus is trine over to Chiron and sextile over to Mercury. So all this energy in action, not to mention Mars is also trine over to Jupiter. These are beautiful, beautiful energies. Now, the sun is also square to Pluto. So with all this good energy, it's still like you got to dig deep. You got to go into the mud. You got to fucking work. But it's like we're getting the motivation, the inspiration. Like it's like the universe is like, okay, go. Let's make it happen. But when we make it happen, we dig into it. We're like, oh shit, there's a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. That's okay. We're not meant to do any of this alone. Aquarius is all about community. It's all about working with other people. It's all about connecting with like-minded people that have the same interests in you, that want to build community, that want to help people out, right? Like, homeschooling or doing, meal prep, or I don't know, like a lot more people are doing communal type living and, helping each other out. We also have Venus here quincunx to Uranus. There's been a lot of aspects of Venus and Uranus in the last few months. And Mars also quincunx to Neptune as well. So those are a little more difficult. Anything with Uranus, especially a quincunx, it makes it a little confusing. It makes it a little bit like, what's going on here? Am I really not really sure where to go with this? And you're gonna question your morals, your values. Like, I have to make a big decision, but it's going either way I turn, someone's going to get hurt, or someone's going to be disappointed, or someone's not going to make money, or maybe like you own a business and you have to lay off some people because of what's going on, and you know that they're going to be in a world of shit, but that's not your responsibility. I mean, as harsh as that might sound or feel, it's the truth. And not to mention, you never know what's on the other side of that. With this Uranus energy, it's like, okay, you may be risking your safety and security, right? Like now you don't know how you're going to feed your family. You don't know what's going on, but then suddenly, you put your voice out there, and then everybody you start talking to everybody around you, and suddenly like someone else is going to be like, oh, well, I have this opportunity, for you over here. Let's try to do this. And you could start a whole new world doing something that you truly fucking love. That is what's happening right now. A lot of people are finding what they really feel passionate about and stepping into it, but they have to go through that fear of that safety net. We have to allow ourselves to walk away from that safety net, to open our heart. And finally, because that requires faith and trust. Like, I trust and have faith in the universe that it's going to bring me things that I need, but it's requiring us to face our deepest fears. All right. So face that fear. Go into the unknown without expectation. Just like, you know what? I'm going to take one day at a time. And I know I have to do this. I don't know where it's going to bring me, but I'm going to trust. And I'm going to, and that makes us have to rely on a whole new level on the people around us. Right. So if you guys, like a lot of new businesses or a lot of new people are coming together and building new things. And this is really giving us a great opportunity to hone this shit. Right. Yes, we can transmute the crap out of this energy. This is all about transmutation. Yay. So that's our week, guys. It's going to be, and then of course on the 19th, we have a full moon. So I would definitely do something for this full moon to release, to let go, to set a new intention, to step into your power, really own this. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am resilient. I am intelligent. I am whatever it is that, you feel that you're lacking, or even build on your strengths and honor your weaknesses. Okay. Yes, I may be a little emotionally up and down. Yes, I may be working really hard, not making the money I want to yet, but I'm doing what I love, or, whatever story you have going on in your mind, look at that story. And is it empowering you or is it disempowering you? Are you in victim mode? Oh, the world everything was wrong in the world and this sucks and I don't know what to do and I can't pay my rent and I can't do this and I can't. You keep telling yourself that. Right now, the manifestation is happening so fast, right? So whatever thoughts you have in your mind, they're going to bring you the result. You have to believe, but you have to really, really believe it. You have to feel it deep in your soul. Okay? Every one of you has the ability and the potential to do this. We have to turn this potential energy into kinetic energy. And that shift, that change, that threshold, it's like creating a new habit. Like, all right, I'm going to just change one habit a week. Okay? One habit a week. Say you want to get back into lifting. Well, go to the gym every day. It doesn't matter if you feel like shit, if you're tired, if you're awake, you wake up, you go to the gym, you go home, go to sleep, whatever. Just make that shift. And after a week, you'll find that you start to feel better and then your sleep gets better. And then just everything sort of turns around and starts lining up. If you want to, whatever it might be, make that change in your habits. Your daily habits is what creates your life. And your daily habits affect your thought process. If you're watching TV, for 3-4 hours a night, quit that shit, cut it out, go to bed early or read a book or listen to some binaural beats or something different. All right. Something. Just start, take action. You don't have to see the whole picture. You don't have to know what the fuck you're doing. You just have to take action and do something different than what you're doing now. And hopefully that different thing is something that's good for you, healthy. Right. That's what I got for you guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's gonna be an intense week, but then again, isn't every week this year intense? And that's okay. This intensity is good, but the big thing is to take action. All right. Take action without expectation, and surprising things are gonna pop up. Let it move through you, let it open you up. This is all expanding our heart. Let your heart expand, let yourself heal, let yourself love yourself. Just love yourself, appreciate yourself, do it for you. And when you do it for you and you raise your vibration, you're feeling happy, you're feeling in alignment, you're feeling good, you're going to the gym, you're eating healthy, you're reading books, you're learning some new thing, right? You're starting some new project, something that you're passionate about. Then things just start coming to you. Things really align. And, that's where manifestation really starts to see it, right? Because manifestation is happening fast. So if you find that you're doing shit and problems are just coming back to you, or you're hitting roadblocks or hiccups, maybe you should try something different. All right. Maybe you should, or at least take a different approach, or maybe try it with different people, or a different time of the day, or a different food, or whatever it is. All right. Just keep maneuvering. Try a different perspective, try, ask some different questions, just try moving in a different way. And you'll find that eventually it catches. And actually, I think it's going to catch a lot quicker than you might realize right now, especially when Mercury goes direct. All right. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all very much. I apologize for this being late. But I'll be coming out with this full moon video here pretty soon. And other than that, I'll see you all next week on the next report. Aho.